Now, I will tell you that if you don't give a child the right to stand up for themselves, if you so take away their sense of identity, terrible and drastic things can happen, just like they did in this case. And I'll seg you into just a little private recollection, which we are permitted to do here. When I was 12 years old, my mother did something that she had never done before. My mother was, may she rest in peace, she died during this trial, in fact. My mother was a very good person, but she had a very bad temper. And she used to use her hands a lot. She was a hitter. But when I was 12, she got really worked up about something, and I don't remember what it was. I must have been lippy. I had a right to talk back. That was one of the things. My mother was very liberal in children having certain dignities and certain rights, in spite of the bad temper and in spite of the hands and the spankings. So when I was 12, I must have said something that set her off, because she got really upset, and she reached into the closet and she took out a wooden suit hanger, you know, one of the like men use with the pants part, and she hit me with it. Now, she had never hit me with a weapon in my life. And I am 12, and because of how I was raised, I was truly affronted that my mother would hurt my physical person that way. She could yell and scream all she wanted. We did that in our family. And she could be as angry as she wanted, but to assault me physically was beyond the pale. And I did something that was the scariest thing I think I have ever done in my life, and it still scares me to think about it. I grabbed that hanger out of her hands, and I hit my mother with that hanger. And I was really frightened after I did that, because I had violated one of the big rules of nature. You do not hit your mother. Now, I never thought up until that point that my mother would kill me, but I sure thought when I hit her with the hanger that she would. However, my mother was a normal person, and as a consequence of my having hit her with the hanger, my mother never hit me again, in any way, shape, or form. Because even though we couldn't really talk about it, how offended I was, how insulted I felt, she got the point that you don't brutalize your children that way. And that was the end of that. But it was very scary for me to do something like that, to stand up to my mother. And I can imagine that that shut up cost Eric a lot before he had to pay the price for it later on in the hotel.